Hi, my name is Alfredo Mercedes, and I'm a Young Marine alumni of Greater Cleveland Young Marines. I micro volunteer by staffing leadership academies where I can relate to Young Marines and give my experience that I had. I can't volunteer all the time, but I can volunteer at my own convenience.
Greetings, I'm Lance Corporal Ashley Padilla, Young Marine alumni from the Quartet Young Marine Unit. So before the Marine Corps, I was able to be there physically for my unit, so I was able to attend drills, fundraisers, anything for them. And then I was also given the opportunity to be a board member for the Unit Young Marine of the Year Board. Then after joining the military, I was in the East Coast, therefore I was not able to be there physically for my Young Marines. But I wanted them to know that I was still there with them. I still wanted to be a part of the program, so I was able to be in a Zoom call with my unit, Young Marines and staff as well. And then I was able to talk to the Young Marines, let them ask me any questions, as well as adult staff. Anyone was able to ask me anything, and I want to share my knowledge. And then, since I was in the East Coast for training, I wanted to use that as an opportunity to visit units around me. And Paris Island Young Marines gave me that opportunity. After visiting the Paris Island Young Marines, I let them ask me any questions. I was able to share my knowledge with them, how the program helped me in the Marine Corps. And then I was moved back to California. So I was there physically with my Young Marines again. And then I was able to attend a PFT, run it twice with them, be there physically for them again. Then I got sent back to the East Coast, so I wasn't there physically for them. But even though I was in the East Coast, I was given the opportunity to help recruit new recruits. I was able to put in my input in the flyers for the new incoming recruits to join the ranks of the Young Marines. And being given the opportunity to help with the future of the program, future of my unit, is just a big opportunity I was given as a Young Marine alumni and a micro volunteer. And I'm very thankful for that. That's how I assist and help micro volunteer with the unit.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Alvin Hendricks. Currently, I volunteer with the Southern Maryland Young Marines. Originally, when I first started volunteering back in 2006, I started out with the Raleigh-Durham Young Marines, and the unit commander at the time was Rocco Visconti. Now, one of the things that was happening with me when I first started volunteering was, I was a college student. I still had my commitments to the Marine Corps as a reservist. And when I say I was a college student, I was full-time at a university. So I did not have a lot of time to commit. I didn't have a lot of time to give. But what I did know is I still wanted to be a part, and I still wanted to volunteer. So Mr. Visconti allowed me to be a micro volunteer. We didn't have a name for it then, but, he knew what my skill sets were. He knew my skill sets were teaching, and I was the youngest volunteer in his unit, so he knew I could really help them out with the encampments and do some of the more physical things that the other staff could not do with the kids. So as a result, we planned out the whole year. We planned out when my classes were going to be. I came at those time periods that we scheduled. I taught those classes, and I planned the encampments and was present for the encampments. And I was only able to do that, because Mr. Visconti didn't give me the pressure of trying to be there all the time. We just planned it out, and I committed the time that I could commit. And if anything came up because of the Marine Corps or school or whatever, they were very understanding of what was going on, and we made adjustments. Now, why is this important? Because sometimes you have, a lot of potential volunteers, but these potential volunteers don't have the time commitment to commit to the program. But you can still reel them into the family by allowing them to give their skill sets on a basis that's based on their schedule and their time. For example, at Raleigh-Durham, we had a fundraiser. She didn't really want to deal with the kids like that because that's just not what she does. But, she was really good at fundraising, and that's what she did out in the real world for a nonprofit. So, she volunteered her time with us, and all she did was help us fundraise. She ran the fundraisers. Same with our paymaster for a little bit. She was an accountant out in the real world. She didn't want to volunteer and do everything else that we did. She didn't want to teach classes, but she was able to commit her time, the little bit that she had, to be our paymaster. Everything was sent to her. She did what she did. She ran our finances and stuff for her, and everything worked out. And they felt comfortable with that because they were able to commit their skill sets with a limited amount of time.
I may not have much time, but I have enough time to build shelters with my Young Marines.
Hello, my name is Raven Padilla. I'm a Young Marine alumni and volunteer staff for the Tornado Alley unit and hold the billet of female staff advisor. I have a busy life outside of of young Marines, but make the time to volunteer whenever I can. I enjoy volunteering here because I get to watch our kids grow into confident individuals who will eventually become our future leaders. My role as a female staff advisor is to provide any and all support for our female young Marines. I also assist with unit activities and sit in on promotion boards. Being a former young Marine myself, I believe allows me to connect on a more personal level with both our female and male young Marines. I'm volunteering on this trip to help provide the best knowledge and assistance as possible for our young Marines.
Hi, I'm Conor Dillon. I'm an adult volunteer with Guadalupe Valley Young Marines, and I'm also a Young Marine alumni. I served in the Southeast Tennessee area Young Marine unit for several years and left the program as a sergeant. As an adult volunteer, I've helped the unit out on several different projects. One of my most favorite and fond memories that I have was when we went to Window Rock, Arizona for Navajo Day, Navajo Code Talker Day. It was an excellent time meeting some of these World War II veterans that had such an impact, not just on their own people and their own nation, but the American people. As an adult volunteer and a Young Marine alumni, and say this has been an excellent experience for my own self and my family. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Edgar Huff. I'm a high school social studies teacher, and right now you're catching me inside of my classroom. So I was with the Camp Johnson Young Marines from 1998 to 2005. And when I got out of the Young Marines in 2005, I went off to college to play baseball, and there was actually a unit that was very close by. I had these big plans of becoming a registered adult volunteer with the Raleigh-Durham Young Marines, go to college, play baseball, live my life. But then I realized just how demanding it was to be a student athlete. So I wasn't able to always attend all of the drills and things with the Young Marines, go on every single encampment, but I was able to do it sometimes. So instead of becoming a full-time volunteer, I was able to micro volunteer. I was able to go on a weekend to an encampment. I was able to go with the Young Marines to the local mall and help raise the flags. I was able to go to the Cherry Point Young Marines in North Carolina and help out at a local leadership school, or go to Swansboro Young Marines and do the same thing. So even though I wasn't able to fully commit to becoming a registered adult volunteer, I was able to micro commit. I was able to commit a little bit and still be able to participate and be part of the Young Marine family.
My name is Nicholas Bernoff. I go to school full-time as well as work full-time, but I definitely have time to volunteer. I'm the Public Relations Officer at the Plaquemines Parish Sheriff's Office Unit under Unit Commander Norman Phillips. I have a whole bunch of other full-time obligations in my life, therefore I couldn't make volunteering for the program another full-time job. Micro-volunteering, it gives me the freedom to volunteer outside of a typical drill or a typical encampment. It lets me volunteer when I want and how often I want, on my own terms and my own schedule. That's why micro-volunteering is the best way for me to give back to the program we all love.